What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellhy Stocks back with another Palantir update video where we take a look at how Palantir stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Palantir stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. I'm sure all of you guys know, but what a monster day for Palantir. We are up 15% on the day. This comes after some news, so we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at how it traded today. I'll provide an update on the leaps that I took on yesterday. So let's get right into it. First things first, I'm sure you guys know this, but Cathie Wood's ARK Innovation buys the dip in Palantir and Tesla. So they took advantage of Palantir's lockup expiration decline yesterday and added more than 5 million shares, you guys, which more than doubled the fund's stake. If you guys remember earlier this week, they added 1.5 million shares, which I thought was big news, but hey, they just added 5 million more. So Tesla was another one that they added, but that's great news for us because it shows us, hey, Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, who has an incredible track record, especially in the past 12 months with a company that she bets on, is confident in Palantir enough to double her stake after she sees the dip, right? One of the big reasons I think we saw that push today. The other reason is, hey, this article talks a little bit more about, what does Palantir do really well? Why is it a really good buy? So they're talking about the unique products and product offerings and margins, right? They're talking about the ability to increase their revenue, right, by expanding their backlog. If you guys know, Palantir has been recently getting new contracts, and the goal is those contracts are kind of Palantir's in to a lot of these companies. And as these companies are actually able to work with Palantir, see the ease of Palantir software and see the value that they can add, it leads to more contracts for that company and for similar companies in the same kind of field that their client is in. And what they're also talking about is, hey, they have incredibly strong margins, and this can drive company profits and drive shareholder returns. Now, this past week, they reported earnings, and although they were a surprise loss, we're looking into the future, right? And it was a matter of, 2-cent profit versus a 10-cent loss. So it wasn't like they were expecting a huge profit and didn't get it, right? They were expecting a small profit, small adjusted profit, I might add. Didn't get that. So not the end of the world. And they're talking about, hey, this could be a good opportunity to buy Palantir. Now let's take a look at how it traded today, and then we'll talk about future levels of support, future levels of resistance, and I'll share kind of my trade on Palantir that I took. So yesterday, you guys remember we closed right below this 25 level, which was a really attractive buy point. As I mentioned, I added to my shares a little yesterday, as well as to the leap that I shared with you guys. I shared a whole kind of trade plan with that. If you want to check out yesterday's video with, the reason why I took that rather than taking more shares, and my plan on how I was going to make some of that money back. Didn't have to wait too long, right? We got good returns today, but we'll provide an update on that too. So right out of the gate, pre-market, right, we're hitting 27s already. We dip below and kind of bounce around this 26 level, and then right out of the gate, you guys check this out, right? First things first, great day. Second, our levels held up really nicely, which is always fun to see, right? So right out of the gate, we pushed down, came up and got rejected perfectly at our 28 level, took a little breather, tried it again, couldn't quite make it, right? Pretty much perfect rejection both times. Came back down, bounced off VWAP. The third time was the charm here. So we barely broke above. We came right back down, bounced off of this level, and then we started to push right up. Again, going towards our next level in the 2947. If you guys have seen my videos, you have these levels in front of you and can track this yourself throughout the course of the day as well. But we, again, rejected perfectly at this level for a couple seconds. Came down, pushed right up, couldn't break 30s though, came right back down, bounced at our level, and then we, kind of came down, bounced off VWAP, bounced off of this level, right? Again, perfect, nice bounces. Again, 2805, 2785, that's a 20-cent difference, okay? Here it's like a 4 or 5 cent difference. pushed up, and then we were just kind of going up, VWAP bounce, VWAP bounce, VWAP bounce, and then ending into the close. So great trading day for Palantir, hitting almost $30 today, up 15% on the day. Absolutely incredible trading action. Hope you guys were able to pick up some Palantir shares on that dip, and hopefully it continues ripping for us in the future. So what a wild swing it has been for Palantir. You guys, we were right here waiting for that breakout. We were able to catch that breakout, which took us from 25 to 35s and then took us to 45s in the following days. We then came down and then we rounded up, ran a little into earnings, sold off after earnings. Hey, I talked about the inverse head and shoulder potentially developing, and this looks kind of promising right now, right? We got the shoulder, we got the head, and then if we see another shoulder, that could lead to another breakout too. Way too early to call that, but just something that I'm kind of wanting you to put on your radar, right? Maybe it doesn't work out, maybe it does. We'll see. But so far it's looking kind of promising, right? So let's talk about levels of support, levels of resistance, you guys. So with that push today, right, you guys remember yesterday's video, we were talking about, hey, we need to really capture that 55 EMA to be able to use that as a little bit of a support. And if we don't, we could drop all the way to the 89 EMA, which is kind of down here in the 23s. So today we captured that 55 EMA, and not only that, we made a push towards the 34 EMA here, which is absolutely great to see. 15% move on the day was great. So let's talk about where we are headed next, and we will talk about future levels of support and resistance. So if we push up, right, the first level to break here is that mid 29s that we saw hold up as a little bit of a support once we broke above it. That's kind of the first level we have to push for, which takes us pretty close to the 34 and the 8 EMA right now, which are in the high 29s, which is kind of where we got rejected, right? Pretty much that 30 mark. So that would be my next point. So if we can take over mid 29s, we got to take over really that 30 level, and then we got to take over this low 30s. And then 21 EMA at $30.78. So these are all really close, right? We're talking between mid 29s to mid 30s pretty much. And then I think that sets us up really nicely for a run towards the 3280s. On the downside, what we have is this support level right here in the 2805s. Then we've got 126.82, and then if we keep falling, we go down to the 25.39. Look, we went up a lot today. Palantir has done this over and over again, right? It'll go up really fast, it'll go down really fast. So, would not really worry if you are, in a position and you're super down, as long as you believe in the company long term, assuming, you got a long-term option or shares, not a short-term call or put, because then you do have reason to panic, right? So yeah, I think great potential for Palantir. I would not be surprised if we, after a little bit, right? Don't think this is going to happen next week, but I would not be surprised if we go back to visit these 45s, sometime in the first half of 2021. If not, then definitely sometime in 2021, which at this point, right, if let's say you buy at 30, a $45 mark would be a 50% return on your money. Again, not saying that that's going to happen, not a financial advisor, make sure to do your own research, but that's just something that I'm pointing out. And if you bought in at 25, an even more attractive return, you guys. So the position that I added to yesterday, besides my shares, was the January 2023 $20 call. And if you guys remember from the video yesterday, I got that at $14.80. It closed at $14.60, so actually lower than I bought it. I was down 20 bucks. Today, the low point on that is $17.45, so that's about $265 if I'm doing my math correctly. And my goal in this, again, was to also slowly make money by selling covered calls. So I'm getting a $200-something return, which percentage-wise would be like maybe 20%, 18 to 20%. And I'm hoping to, once it settles down a little bit, sell covered calls to get a little bit more premium. Now, not going to say that I knew this was going to happen today, right? Obviously, Cathie Wood and ARK Invest news definitely helped push this up a little bit, but I am bullish on Palantir long term, and I do think that it has a lot of potential to push up and keep pushing up, which is why I'm holding on to those shares. And once it starts to settle down a little bit, I'll start to sell some covered calls to get a little bit of that premium, while I wait for it to make all-time highs. So again, bullish on Palantir. It'll be really exciting to see if this trend continues this upcoming week. If it does, I would expect kind of with a little bit ups and downs to kind of make its way to, you know, this mid to high 30s before taking a little breather. And then we'll decide if we want to break and just go straight for the all-time highs, or if we kind of consolidate, pull back a little bit down to maybe the 32s or even the $30 mark, and then start to really make all-time highs. So as always, I'll keep you guys posted. Hope you guys all had an amazing trading day. We're able to take advantage of this crazy move up for Palantir. I know the last few days had been kind of not fun to see if you were a Palantir investor, but hey, we're back, and hopefully this is the start of many green days. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.